Hey folks, BlackCross here, and welcome back to another Gamer Chat video podcast. This is the video, basically sort of like a vlogging series, slash podcast, slash news, anything that's involving around my little circle of life, if you will. I like to talk about it and stuff like that, you know, it's just you and me, chilling, relaxing, you know, grab yourself a drink. If you enjoy me rambling, then this is your video. If it's not, well, don't watch it. I'm setting this tone a little bit weird because really, in all honesty, I want to shift this podcast series, Gamer Chat, into more of an actual series that I want to make. You know, every once in a while I'll make a video and then release and stuff like that. It's not going to be an every week thing. It's not going to be an every month thing. It's going to be whenever I feel like, oh, let's just pop one in, you know? Let's give one made. And this is one of those times, because while in terms of mainstream news, I haven't been keeping track of late, there's been a lot of other stuff that's been going on outside of that perimeter. So it's not just gaming news and genuine, it's everything else. But before we get into the game stuff, I want to talk a little bit about what's been going on with me. Because if you don't know, it's the month of September. As of right now, it is the first official week of September. And, well, at work, we're feeling the pressure. We had inventory the first week of August, and unfortunately that screwed us up badly. Like, we had been getting large number of orders, and we have not stopped since. For those that don't know, I work at Walmart, and I've been working there for over 8 years, and I've been enjoying myself. I finally got into that mindset of where it's like, it's a job, I'm not to take it seriously. All the drama that goes on at work, I leave it up there, I don't pick up any of it, and I just come here and just relax and stuff like that. Like, I finally got that all fixed up. If you've been with me for a long time, you'll know that I've had a long history of just trying to muscle through and everything like that, and I finally just got through that phase where it's like, I don't care, I'm numb. It's like, I'm there, I work, I like doing the work, I like doing the job, I like working with the people and stuff like that. I don't care about the drama that goes on at work, so it's like, you know what, forget it, I'll do my own thing, Hakuna Matata, forget everything else, and then, once I'm done with work, I can come here, chill, relax, and everything like that. So, I've got this balance thing, and it's all figured up and everything like that, but, with that being said, for it being September, we are nowhere close to having everything organized and ready, because what you don't know is that what I like to call the big three. And in retail, if you know what the big three is, you know why I call it the big three. You know, October, November, and December. Those are the most busiest sales months of the year. And now some people, depending on where they work and stuff like that, some are more busier than others. But in the entire retail spectrum, October, November, and December are the most busiest times. And I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me on that one. And for good reasons. Especially since right now there's just a lot of stuff going on at work. And I was mentioning to one of my supervisors, I'm like, hey, so all this stuff is going on right now. And they're like, yes. If this doesn't get resolved before October, we are screwed. And he's like, yes, we are very screwed. I hope it gets fixed before then. And it's like, oh gosh, I don't want to talk any more outside of that. It's just, there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and a lot of us are just like, we're not ready for the worst yet. We are in the worst right now, but we are not done with the worst. There will be more afterwards. So, as of right now, we're all just kind of muscling it at the moment. We're all like, we're here, we still have our jobs, and we are not in the danger zone. We will be, but we're not in the danger zone. We're only in the danger zone if everyone starts to get sick. Except everyone is getting sick. So it's just like, oh gosh. So we're just having to brace through it in that moment, and we're all kind of like in good spirits at the moment. Like, yeah, we are kind of stressing about it, but we're all in good spirits. Every once in a while, one of us is stressed out, and the next moment, one of us will try to make the other person laugh. And you know what? When you have a work environment like that, you can't go wrong. You really can't. So it's like, right now in terms of employees, we are in the best place. In terms of work ethics, still got a lot to work. But with that out of the way, for those that don't know, a couple weeks ago, I took a vacation in order to play through Black Myth Wukong, which, by the way, platinumed it. for those that are curious and those that are wondering about Black Myth Wukong, even though, yes, it's kind of Souls-esque, unlike Souls' formula, it doesn't get harder, which is good. It's very good that it doesn't get harder. It just stays, it feels like it stays in that same level of difficulty, where it's like, yeah, you play through the game and stuff like that. But the weird thing is that in New Game Plus, it gets better. A lot of people are like, how does it get better after New Game Plus? Well, there's a lot of add-ons. For example, there are like a couple of things that I could talk about in terms of New Game Plus. They're not really major spoilerly, as they're just sort of like the main thing. But in terms of like New Game Plus stuff, you get, there are senses that you have to collect throughout the game. They're the senses of Wukong, basically. And each time you get to the end chapter and beat the end chapter, you get a new senses and new essence, however way you want to word it, I guess. But you get to select one of the 3 choices that it gives you. And the cool thing is, you get to keep them. And when you go through New Game Plus, it lets you choose another one of the 3. Now, record, you can't stack the same one over and over, but you can choose the other 2 option. And in New Game Plus 2, when you go through a 3rd cycle, you could do the last choice. So it's like, holy crap! So I can have the entire slot filled up. That's really cool. I like that, and that's really cool. I like that. I like that. That gives a reason to have multiple playthroughs on the same profile, even though some people might feel like it might be redundant. Really, it's kind of cool. I like it. Another thing too, and I wonder how many times you can stack this. I want to know a max, because obviously this essence saying the max is 3, obviously. But in the game, there's actually a situation in which where you get to have like kind of like a hub area where you can buy upgrades for your Gorg, which is essentially your Estus flag. You get enhanced abilities. You get ingredients and materials to make medicines and stuff like that, and you can upgrade your armor and stuff like that. But the cool thing is, you can challenge this one boss, and if you beat him first time of that cycle, he will give you an upgrade to your accessory slot, which is what they call curio slots. And the cool thing is that I'm in New Game Plus 2 currently, but now, from where I had just 3, I now have 5 slots. And I'm just like, is there a max to this? Because I want to know. I want to know if there's a max to this. Because it's like, according to the item selections and stuff like that, whenever you go through the menu stuff, you can only have up to 3 of those curios items of the same one, per se. So it makes me wonder, what would happen if I just kept playing it over and over and over? What is the max curio? I'm going to say it's 5, but if there's more than 5, that's going to be hilarious. That's going to be hilarious. Another thing too, and it's something that I didn't realize, but a lot of players are already discovering it. When you're in New Game Plus 3/4, your 4th cycle or whatever, you get to have a new stance, which is essentially the Wukong stance, which I thought was really interesting. So in other words, doing New Game Plus multiple times gives you more and more bonuses and stuff. And I'm like, this is insane. Now, record, none of it's trophy related, but it was really cool to see how much more can be added on to it and stuff. And I'm like, man, what else could happen in this game? There's so many secrets. And it's like, after I beat the game, I was looking through the trophy list and stuff like that, and I discovered the secret boss. And then after I beat the secret boss and beat the final boss again, I went through New Game Plus, you know, trying to brush up on all the trophies and everything like that. And while I was doing that, I was discovering even more secrets, because obviously now the game's been out for over a week and everything. There's going to be more secrets and stuff. And now, my mind started floating on the ideal of like, what would happen if we had DLC? Like, I shouldn't be thinking of this. I really shouldn't be thinking of this. Not everything have to have DLC. But if it's a game that I really like, I would like to see DLC for it. As it turns out, there was news that came out recently of rumor. So, finger crossed that they are real. But there's rumor going around saying that there will be 2 extra DLCs of Black Myth Wukong. which is like, so there's a chance there could be more. Just, oh my gosh, you're giving me more. I love this. I love this too much. So it's like, that's really cool. So it's going to be interesting for the next couple of years to see what goes on and everything like that. Because right now, Game Science is going through a lot at the moment. A lot of good stuff, but a lot of publicity stuff, if you know what I mean. If you know the stories, I'm not going to talk about it or anything like that, because really, in all honesty, it's kind of this weird field, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that are talking about it, and there's a lot of people that are just like, kind of like, wait a minute, something's not putting together. So until that drama gets put together, and all the stories and all the information displayed for us, we really can't say for sure what's going on and everything like that. Like, the game by itself is amazing. Absolutely love it. But Game Science got some controversy going on, and I hope that gets resolved, because at the moment right now, I'm not sure what's going on. So there you go. But anyway, but according to what a lot of interviewers are saying and stuff like that, apparently Game Science has now been upgraded to a AAA company due to Black Myth Wukong sales. And investors are very interested in the next project. I forgot the name of it, but it's Black Myth. I'm going to put the name right here because I have no idea what the name is, but I forgot what it is. Anyway, so they're going to be working on that. But also, according to the rumor, they're going to be working on the DLC because, according to what was stated, due to the budget, they couldn't really expand that much on Black Myth Wukong. So it was going to be originally 13, but they decided just to stick with the 6. So the other 7, according to the ideal statement, of course, the other 7 could be what happens after Wukong, the character Wukong, gets his essence and everything like that, and he becomes Wukong himself. So I imagine we're going to get through a story in which we're going to be fighting against the Celestial Palace. So I doubt that's going to be the case, but it's going to be interesting if that ends up being that. I really want to see it, because I love Wukong. I love the game. I just love it. It's so cool, and it's just been a joy. I absolutely love it. So aside from that, though, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking me about, well, are there any other games that's coming out for the rest of this year that you're excited for? Currently right now, I'm getting my money situation sorted out, and I'm about to come back into balance, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of, like, everything else that I have to do, like, in terms of paying off a loan that I have, paying off debts that I've got and stuff like that, I'm finally fixing to get that all resolved. So by the time that happens, will I be able to purchase a new game? As of right now, the only new one that's going to be coming up is probably Epic Mickey Rebrush. That is the one that I'm excited for. It looks really good. I played through the demo, which is very fun. I really enjoyed it. And it kind of brings me back memories of whenever I was playing it on the Wii. And I was like, it feels so nice to play it on a controller. And the controls feels nice. It feels natural, you know. I remember whenever they tried to do Epic Mickey 2 for the PlayStation 3 at the time, it didn't feel right at the time. So hopefully now we actually have a better control scheme of how things work and stuff like that. But unfortunately, from what Delmar was telling me, because he played through the demo on the Switch version, they do not have motion sensor controlling and everything like that. It's just standard controls, which is a good thing. But I know for Daniel it was kind of a downer, because after playing through Mario Galaxy, he was really excited to see what Epic Mickey Rebrush could bring to the table. But there's nothing for motion controls, which is okay for Delmar and everything like that. But for me, it's fine. I'm happy with this. So I'm definitely going to be getting Rebrush for the PlayStation 5. I don't think there's any reason other than just faster loads and everything like that. So I'm just going to get it for the PlayStation 5 since I haven't. So, yeah. But outside of that, there's really nothing else except for, like, Metaphor Re-Fantasia, which, from what I've heard from some people, mostly some YouTubers that's been in Shin Megami Tensei content and stuff like that, it feels a little bit like Persona, which makes sense considering what the gameplay looks like. But there's a lot of, like, quality of life enhancements, where it's like, if the enemy has less level than you do, then you get to insta-kill them. out in the field. So in other words, unless the enemy is overscaled in terms of level, you can just run through the area and just basically slash through all the monsters and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's really cool. I like that feature. I feel like there might be some people that might try to like use that for speedrunning strats, which makes sense because it would definitely speed through the process and stuff like that. But it's just one of those things where it's like, that could work on one of two ways. It could work really good, or it could work a little bit too good, you know what I mean? Obviously, if there's like a boss or something like that, or mini boss, you can't speed through that. But if it's like regular enemies and stuff, you can just speed through most of it and everything, which is really cool, I think. But outside of that, though, I'm just interested to play the game whenever it gets a chance. I don't know if I'll be playing it on launch day, but I would like to eventually probably pick that up whenever I get a chance. There's still some other games, you know, there's still Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, Sandlands is another one that I want to play through, Dragon's Dogma 2, but I just hadn't had a chance to purchase them and stuff like that. So really, at the moment right now, I'm just kind of floating through titles and stuff like that. Which brings into our segue of one of the topics that I want to talk about in regards to the channel and everything like that, or potential video releases and stuff like that. So, I organized through my collection and stuff like that, and outside the PlayStation 2 stuff, which I'll get to in a little bit, but I want to talk about the main stuff, which is my other collection games and stuff like that, my other games that I've been playing through and everything. I made a list of games that I still need to play, and I'm going to go ahead and show on screen of what it looks like and stuff like that. And as I'm sure you can probably tell, it's a lot. It's a lot. I think according to what, whenever I organized it all and everything like that, it is 78 games that I still need to play/beat. And it's one of those things where I'm just like, I know that sounds weird to do something like that, because at that point in time, you'll just realize that you can't do that. But I thought to myself, it's like, okay, there's still like freaking 70 plus games that I still want to beat/play. I want to try to finally dive into them, and I want to like not have a backlog finally. I mean, it's good to have a backlog, but we all, for those that know the generic gamer logic, you know, you bought a new game, are you going to play it? You are going to play it, right? And I want to finally eliminate that stereotype. I want to finally actually dive into these games. And when you get slow times like this, where there's like hardly any new games coming out and stuff like that, it's good to have those days, because then you can just play through your backlog of games that you've built up that you can finally play and stuff like that. So eventually I will dive into all these other titles and stuff like that, and I'm going to be doing reviews for them. I know some people will think, oh, but this has been out for like ages. And I'm like, I get that. But to me, because I haven't played them, they are new. So it's just one of those things where it's like, if I do a video review, especially for like, say, a PlayStation 1 title, and it's like, this has been out for 20 years or so. And it's like, I get that, but I've never played it, so let me do the review, you know? So there will be other game title reviews that I'll be doing. There's still like a lot of games that I still want to play through/beat, and I eventually will get into them. And I'm looking forward to doing all that. So then there's the PlayStation 2 Legacy stuff. So I made this list of, I made two separate lists. I made a list of PlayStation 2 games that I still need to play for the channel that I have in my collection, which is 70 games. And then I have another list of PlayStation 2 titles that I will either potentially or will stream on my Twitch stream. And you can check it out on my Twitch stream. If you don't know, I also have a YouTube channel that I upload to and everything like that, of stuff that I've streamed and everything. So you can check out either one. So that's what I've got going on. And so I do plan on doing stuff like that. You know, I'm trying to kind of get things finished up and everything. I've also got some upcoming projects that I still need to work on. For example, outside of the PlayStation 2 Legacy spectrum and stuff like that, I also have a few video projects that I would like to do. And hopefully I'll get around to those video projects and stuff. When that will be, I don't know. I just know I want to do them. I feel motivated enough to where I want to do them. The problem is, though, I have this bad habit of procrastinating really badly. A lot of people have heard this terminology, procrastinating. A lot of people go through it. In some ways, it feels like burnout, but in reality, it feels like, you know, you don't want to do the project, but the reality is doing the project is more fun than trying to get it started. And I don't know what it is. I don't know why this is such an issue for a lot of people, but it is. And for me especially, it is also a problem. Like, doing the project is not the problem. It's getting this started. And it's just one of those things where it's like, it's annoying to me that I can't seem to get over that hurdle of just doing it, you know? And it's not that I'm in a bad place or anything like that. It's just getting it started. So I literally have in my head that I play back over and over of Shia LaBeouf basically saying, just do it! You know, it's just, oh gosh. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you just gotta do it. You know, you just gotta pick yourself up and just do it, you know? Even though starting it is the issue is not doing it, it's just starting it. So, yeah, eventually I will get these projects started and I will get them through and everything like that. It's just, for the time being right now, I have this bad habit of procrastinating, so I'm in a good place, but it's just starting them is the issue. I'm also looking forward to fall, specifically cooler weather. This summer heat is just stupid and ridiculous. and the bad thing is, it's not even the fact that it's just hot, it's just dry. We haven't had much rain this year, I feel like, and it's just one of those things where I'm just like, can we please just get a freaking tsunami coming through of rain? Like, I'm tired of feeling this heat. This is stupid. And, oh gosh. Doesn't help the fact that my game room stays hot. It stays hot, okay? I am currently right now sweating, and I've got a fan on me, and I mean, yeah, it's set on high. And unfortunately, it's doing all good for nothing. Just, I am still sweating here, and I don't know why. I think it's either because I'm recording and everything like that, and the light's beaming on, a slight heat, and I'm slightly sweating. It's also still technically summer, and when it finally does get to be fall weather, it will still probably feel like summer for the next couple of weeks. But I still would like for it to be cooler weather now. Because the nice thing about cooler weather is that you can just bundle up as much as you want to. When you're freaking in the middle of summer, you can only shed so much clothing before it becomes illegal territory. So it's like, oh, I can't take this layer off of clothes, or otherwise I'm just going to be arrested or thought of as a freaking insane person. And it's like, no, it's just really, really hot. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like, I hate summer. I really want it to be over with now. I guess I could talk about my other channel, which is BlackCross Favorite Games. For those that don't know, I just recently beat Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. Unfortunately, not a lot of people have been watching that series. I was actually hoping a few extra people would be watching it, but apparently not. Which is a shame. But that's okay. I only been making videos for that channel just because I felt like wanting to play through my favorite games again and stuff like that, which has been nice. We're also getting through the list of games that I have not played for the channel before, and it won't be long before we'll finally be caught up to the games that I've had played on the channel, you know? For example, let me go ahead and pull up the list real quickly because I have a list of stuff that I've been playing and everything like that. In terms of games that I have not played for the channel, there is Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes, Assassin's Creed 3, Resident Evil 4, and like I said, the next one will be Ratchet Deadlock. In terms of other games that I've played through for the channel, there's Jak and Daxter, Final Fantasy VII, the original, not the remake, the original, Shadow of the Colossus for PS4, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Blood Will Tell, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and of course, obviously the last one will be Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, I've still got quite a bit of ways to go, but the thing is that we're almost at the point of where the entire channel will be finished. And I know people are going to be asking me, are you going to be playing through more games for the channel? The thing is that I want to try to reduce the amount of video projects that I still have to work on and stuff like that. So once I finally do get BlackCross favorite games caught up and finished, that's just going to be it. It's just going to be the channel that was kind of like this passion project that I created, that I just wanted to play through titles of games that I previously played that were my favorites and stuff. And now that I'm back on the horse, I'm just going through it to try to finish it up. I know there's some other favorite games that I have that I can easily add on if I wanted to, but the reality is that I really shouldn't do that. Like, I know some people are going to probably be asking me, oh, well, what about Final Fantasy VII Remake? Or what about Elden Ring? Or what about Black Myth Wukong and stuff like that? I do love those games, and I probably will make another video talking about some of my other absolute favorites that I would add on to my top favorite lists and stuff like that. But for the time being right now, I'm just gonna have them be regular videos. I don't want to do like another series of BlackCross favorite games and not play them. Because it's one of those things. Because it's like, it's hard to just keep making videos. As of right now, it's hard to make videos. I don't know why. It just is. And I have too much projects going on, and they're just things that I just don't feel like keeping up with and stuff like that. So it becomes this thing where I just want to get them done. So once BlackCross favorite games is finished up, no more will be added onto it, and I'll just be mostly solely focused on the PlayStation 2 Legacy and the PlayStation 2 Legacy streams and whatever small projects that I feel like wanting to do. Because eventually, BlackCross Game Shelf will just be sort of like the Happy Console Gamer, just a channel in which where I make random videos talking about random stuff and everything of that nature. So I kind of like to do that. Like, I feel comfortable with that thought process. Like, I'm not going to say that I'm going to be retiring, because really, in all honesty, why would I stop doing what I love doing? You know what I mean? So it's like, I'll probably still be making videos long after I finally end all my other main series and stuff like that. But just like, you know what? I just want to do just regular videos. And I feel like doing that. I feel like making regular videos would be more fun than just trying to make mandates for like projects that I need to finish up and stuff like that. For example, the PlayStation 2 Legacy, of course. And it's not for the lack of me, it's not, I'm trying to come up with a word. I can't think of the right word to use. It's not for the lack of me, being dedicated or anything like that. It's just, I don't have the motivation that I used to have when I first started this channel. Because really, in all honesty, while the channel is doing good, like, it's at over 330 subscribers, which is nice. It's one of those things where YouTube has this weird algorithm thing where it just keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's just one of those things where it's like, it gets discouraging after a while. And I just get to a point where I'm just like, I don't care what YouTube wants from me. I don't care what the algorithm says. I just want to do my own thing. And even if I don't get recognized, I still want to be recognized as that one guy that did try to do a YouTube channel and just now does it as like a hobby thing. You know, and I feel like that's more of a comfortable thing than just trying to make it into a business. Because I've tried doing it for years. And the more I think about it, the more I get anxiety thinking about all the drama and stuff that's been going on. Like, there's been a lot of YouTubers that's come and gone that's had like stupid controversies, and it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I just want to have a normal gaming lifestyle. I just want to be able to play games and share my hobby. That's all I want. And it's just one of those things where it's like, trying to make this into a business is no longer worth it. I just want to make it into a hobby now. So if I make money off of it, it's just going to be through donations or something like that, you know, through Twitch streams and stuff. It's not going to be through merchandise or anything like that. So, but it's just one of those things where I've just accepted my fate and I'm just kind of coasting it at the moment, which is fine, actually. I kind of like doing that. Whenever I think of it like that, it's actually a lot more relaxing and it's not as stressful. With that being said, I do want to go ahead and talk about one more thing, but really that one more thing is more of a secret project that I'm currently trying to start up. This secret project I've been thinking about for like a year now, and eventually I will talk about it in depth, but for the time being right now, I'll keep that project quiet until I get around to getting it actually made. But I will say it involves the PlayStation 2, obviously. But outside of that, what am I collecting right now? I'm sure some of you are probably asking the question because, yeah, I still collect. I still collect stuff. Currently, right now, it is still the Final Fantasy Bring Art figures. I'm sure some of you have seen those videos of me unboxing Cloud and Tifa, along with Aerith and Barret. I feel comfortable doing these 2 figures unboxing, because really, there's nothing else to talk about outside of the fact that, you know, how I go about getting them, much less how they are whenever I unbox them and stuff like that. So doing 2 figures instead of 1 sounds nicer, especially since, you know, it makes for, I feel like, a better video, you know. Straightforward, easy unboxings and stuff like that. And I like the setup that I've been doing. I like the setup that I've got going on. It's still kind of in that realm of prototyping and stuff like that, but it's still nice to have that fixed up. It's very nice. So eventually I will get the other figures whenever they come around being released and stuff like that, but I won't be unboxing them until I get a second one out and everything like that. And then that way I can go ahead and do the video for the unboxing and stuff. And I like that. I like doing that. I've also been looking. I really shouldn't be looking because of how expensive the collector's box is getting to be. But part of me has just been looking up stuff and everything like that, and it discovered that people are selling the figure by itself, the Wukong figure. And I'm just like, I want that figure so badly. You know, it's just, I love Black Myth Wukong. It's everything that I want from Black Myth Wukong. It's lived up the hype, and I'm so happy for it and stuff like that. And to know that there'll be more coming out and stuff like that, I'm looking forward to it. But it's like, I see that figure and I'm like, that's a nice figure. And obviously it's coming from eBay, so I have to be careful if I do stuff like that. I've never been scammed before on eBay. I've never been scammed before, so I'm just taking my time kind of researching and stuff like that, making certain, because I would like to get a Wukong figure. I've thought about it for a while, and I would like to get a Wukong figure of some kind. But the more that I played through Black Myth Wukong, and the more that I love Wukong, the more I'm like, I would like to get the Black Myth Wukong specifically, and not just any Wukong. There's a lot of good Wukong figures, though. Like, I've been looking at stuff like that, and there's a couple of good ones. And it's one of those things, too, because it's like, my other favorite game, aside from Kingdom Hearts, is Blood Will Tell. I absolutely love that game. But because of how obscure that title is, there's nothing for it. There's no figure for it, sadly. And it sucks because I would like a Yakimaru figure. And the only Yakimaru there is of the anime. I did watch the anime, and I did like it. I thought it was a really good anime adaptation of this Dodoro series and stuff like that. I really liked it, so it's one of those things where I feel like it did really well. And I would feel justified just to have the Yakimaru anime figure. But it's one of those things, too, where it's like, if I want to get it, I want to get it specifically because I like the game. You know, I love the game more than I like the anime. And, yeah, it's just, I would like a Yakimaru figure, but the only problem is, it's not based on the video game. It's just based on the anime. And then it's just like, upon the release of Black Myth Wukong, I was like, Wukong is a separate identity. It's a separate character entirely. It's not the Black Myth Wukong. It's its own entity. So there are other Wukong figures and stuff. So I wouldn't doubt about getting another figure. But when I realized that there were people selling just the figure of Wukong, I was like, that's a nice figure though. So it's just one of those things where I'm just like, I'm going to definitely eventually get the Wukong figure. But I also need to remember that, hey, I don't have as much spending money as I used to have. So let's not go crazy this time, shall we? It's just ever since March and April and May, I have not been getting myself back into shape in terms of like money habits. Like I see something, I think, oh, let's go ahead and get that. And I'm used to having the pay in 4 option. And I guess PayPal has this thing of where after so many pay in 4s, you don't have that option anymore. And I don't know why. It sucks. And I'm like, why can't I do this? This has been the easiest thing and it's been helping me out and stuff. And now I realize I've been doing it too much. I've been using it as a handicap. So now, now I have to not use it. And I have to think to myself, save up money and have a bank saved up for whenever I have like certain things that are coming out and stuff like that. Then I'll have the money then. But until then, don't spend this much money, and it's been really hard for me to get used to that habit. I used to be really good at being able to hold on to money and stuff like that, but that was back whenever I was making a lot more money, and now that I'm not working as many days, just for stress relief and stuff like that, I now make less money. I still have enough to pay for all my bills and stuff like that, and I still have some money left over for myself. I just have to remember, I don't have to use that money for everything. I just have to hang on to some of it and build it up. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, I really need to calm down on my spending habits. And eventually I'll get it under control. But until then, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. Oh, gosh. If you've been watching me and if you've been enjoying me talking about and rambling stuff like this, just know that this is me. This is the real me that you're seeing. You're seeing me going through the struggles and stuff like that. I am not a character. I am a real person. You are seeing the real person here. Just being a complete klutz, a mess, but an enjoyable klutz and an enjoyable mess. And I'm sure you guys can relate to my situations and stuff like that. It's just fun just to talk about it and everything. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit. This wasn't really as long of a vlog as I thought it was going to be. I figured this would be like an hour long, but no, it wasn't. It was just like almost 30 minutes. So, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, this is BlackCross signing off. Catch you guys then.